Sun dipped below the horizon. The outback sky turned blood orange. Inside, Luke eyed the Xbox. His Xbox. Well, shared with Jason, his older brother, always older, always in charge. Luke, 14, lived for gaming. Fortnite, Call of Duty, didn't matter. An escape from the dusty boredom of their small Australian town. Problem was, Jason hogged the console. They had a schedule. Supposedly fair, Jason decided. Luke fumed. 1 hour each, then swap. Except Jason stretched his hour. Always. Just one more level, he'd say, eyes glued to the screen. Luke's hands clenched. He glanced at the axe, leaning against the shed wall, bathed in the dying light. Just a thought. A fleeting, angry thought. Jason, my turn! Luke's voice cracked with frustration. Jason, headphones on, didn't even flinch. Another kill registered on the screen. His thumbs danced over the controller, a symphony of destruction. Jason, louder this time. Luke stomped his foot. He might as well have been talking to the wall. Jason was in his own world. A world where Luke didn't exist. Oi, deaf or what? Luke snatched at the headphones, ripping them off Jason's head. Jason whirled around, eyes blazing. What the hell, Luke? My turn, Luke said, his voice tight. You said 1 hour. Jason snorted. And you think I'm done? Get a grip, kid. He reached for the headphones. Luke swatted his hand away. No, you always do this. It's not fair. Life's not fair, Jason sneered. He shoved Luke back hard. Now back off before I... He didn't finish the sentence, didn't need to. The threat hung in the air, thick and heavy. Luke shoved back, harder. Jason stumbled. Rage, hot and sudden, coursed through Luke's veins. He wasn't the little kid anymore. He wasn't going to be pushed around. Fists flew, wild, clumsy swings. Jason, caught off guard, staggered again. He tripped over a tangle of controllers and cables, landing hard on the floor. Luke stood over him, chest heaving. The room throbbed with the echo of their fight. The air, thick with anger, crackled with something else now. Fear. Section 5. The Axe. A moment of madness. The axe. The image of it, bathed in the orange glow of the setting sun, flashed in Luke's mind. He didn't think, couldn't think. Blind rage had taken over. He ran outside, snatched the axe from the shed wall. Its wooden handle, rough against his palm, felt strangely comforting. Back inside. Jason was getting up, a hand pressed to his bleeding lip. He looked up, confusion clouding his features. He didn't have time to understand. Luke swung the axe. Section 6, Blood and Shock. A scream, high-pitched, full of terror, not Luke's. The axe connected with Jason's arm. Not a clean blow, more of a glancing hit, but enough. Blood blossomed, staining Jason's shirt a sickening crimson. He crumpled back to the floor, clutching his arm, his face contorted in pain. The sight of the blood, the smell of it, snapped Luke out of his rage. The axe clattered to the floor, the sound deafening in the sudden silence. Luke stared at Jason, his brother, his face drained of color. What had he done? Section 7. The arrival of sirens. Sirens, wailing in the distance, getting closer. Jason lay on the floor, moaning in pain. His blood, a dark pool spreading around him. Luke couldn't tear his eyes away. The front door burst open. 2 police officers, guns drawn. Their eyes, hard and cold, swept the room, taking in the scene. The blood, the axe, the 2 boys. Drop it! The shout, sharp and commanding, jolted Luke back to reality. He looked down. He was still holding the axe. His hand, covered in blood, felt slick and foreign. Section 8. Justice, Remorse, and Regret. Hands grabbed him, rough and unforgiving. He didn't resist. Let them cuff him, drag him away. He didn't deserve to resist. He saw his mum then, standing on the porch, her face pale with shock and horror. Their eyes met. He saw the betrayal, the fear, was that hatred. The police car sped away, sirens screaming. Luke didn't look back. He didn't need to. The image of his brother lying on the floor, covered in blood, was seared into his memory. A memory that would haunt him forever. Section 9. The aftermath. The axe. The Xbox. They were just things. Things that didn't matter. Not compared to family. To blood. To the bond he'd shattered. Now, sitting in the back of the police car, the weight of his actions crashed down on him. He'd thrown his life away. Over what? A stupid game? A childish tantrum? He looked out the window at the endless expanse of the outback. He felt lost, alone, trapped in a nightmare of his own making. and he knew with a sickening certainty that things would never be the same again.